Society has lied to you about what it means to be rich. We are conditioned to look at income, the flashy salary, the job title, the monthly deposit. But income is just water flowing through a pipe. If the pipe has a hole at the other end, the water is gone. Wealth isn't what flows through. Wealth is what stays in the tank. Today, we are breaking down the brutal math of income versus savings. The high earner illusion. Most people believe that if they just earned $10,000 more per year, their problems would vanish. This is a biological error. The reality, without a system of discipline, your spending will naturally rise to meet your income. This is lifestyle inflation. The math. A person earning $250,000 who spends $250,000 is poorer than a person earning $50,000 who saves $5,000. Why? Because the 50K earner has 36 days of freedom stored in the bank. The 250K earner has zero. The only number that matters, your savings rate. Your time to financial independence is not determined by your salary. It is determined exclusively by the percentage of your income you save. The 10% rule. If you save 10% of your income, you have to work 9 years to pay for 1 year of retirement. The 50% rule. If you save 50%, every 1 year you work buys you 1 year of freedom. The takeaway. You can buy your retirement twice as fast by cutting your spending by 10% than you can by increasing your income by 10%. Why? Because cutting spending reduces the amount you need to retire and increases the amount you have to invest. Step-by-step guidance, moving from income to savings. The pre-tax siphon. Never let the money touch your bank account. Set your 401k or investment contribution to trigger before you see the check. If you never have the money, you can't miss it. The raise buffer. Whenever you get a promotion or a bonus, commit to saving 50% of the increase. You still get a lifestyle boost, but your wealth engine accelerates simultaneously. The 72-hour rule. High earners often suffer from convenience spending. Before buying something that saves time, calculate if the hours you had to work to pay for it exceed the time it saves you. Tips and case studies, the income versus savings battle. Case study 1, the doctor versus the janitor. The doctor earns $300K, lives in a mansion, drives a luxury SUV, and has a $20K a month burn rate. He has $50K in savings. If he stops working, he is bankrupt in 3 months. The janitor earned a modest wage, lived frugally, and invested every spare dollar into blue-chip stocks. He died with $8 million. Lesson: income is a tool, savings is the product. Tip: the inverse spending strategy. Instead of budgeting what you can spend, budget what you must save. Everything left over is yours to blow guilt-free. This flips the scarcity mindset into a system mindset. Advice: avoid status symbols. High income creates a social pressure to look high income. Wealth is what you don't see. The millionaire next door drives a 5-year-old Toyota because they prioritize the savings rate over the ego rate. Case study 2, the savings sprint. A software engineer earns $150K. By living like they still earn $60K, their college salary, for just 5 years, they save $300,000. At 7% interest, that $300K will grow to $2.3 million by retirement without them ever adding another penny. Bonus, the freedom timeline breakdown. How many years of work are standing between you and total freedom? Here is the brutal reality of the math. If your savings rate is 5%, you have 66 years until retirement, meaning you are working until the very end. If your savings rate is 10%, you have 51 years until retirement. This is a standard career with little room for error. If your savings rate is 15%, you have 43 years until retirement, which is considered the standard recommendation. If your savings rate is 20%, you have 37 years until retirement, meaning you can retire in your 50s. If your savings rate is 25%, you have 32 years until retirement, and you are gaining serious momentum. If your savings rate is 30%, you have 28 years until retirement, reaching freedom in less than 3 decades. If your savings rate is 40%, you have 22 years until retirement. You are buying back years in bulk. If your savings rate is 50%, you have 17 years until retirement, where every year worked buys a year of freedom. The takeaway: Income is your speed, savings is your distance. It doesn't matter how fast you're going if you're running on a treadmill. To actually get somewhere, you have to step off the track of consumption and start building a floor of capital. Stop asking, how much do I make? And start asking, how much do I keep?